Hello, I'm Philip Stoten for EMSNow. I'm here with Jonas Sjoberg at an event in Shenzhen hosted by Indium and OK International. Jonas, you were giving the keynote this morning talking about some of the challenges facing electronic manufacturing. Start by telling me where those challenges actually are led from. I guess it's consumer products.
Yeah, I mean what we're seeing today is that everything is getting smaller, right? But that will also have an impact on the bigger products because the component suppliers like Amcor or TI or whoever, they don't want to supply multiple types of components. They want to have one high volume line.
Right.
So what we're seeing is, especially with the package on package, is I think the first implementation we did was actually for automotive when it comes to this new TME package.
Right.
So, and they don't really want it, but they're forced to use it. With these smaller dimensions, there's a lot of debate going back and forth. Okay, do we need to use nitrogen or not? Rework will be an issue without any doubt.
Right. Okay. And those challenges that you face give you difficulties in your day-to-day electronic manufacturing. How important is it that you then communicate those on down the supply chain to companies like OKI and Indium and get them involved in developing solutions?
Yeah, I mean, key is that we're working in the same direction, right? And that we push on or OK or Indium in what we need, what we hear from our customers. And in the past, right, we could rely on second pass yield. I don't like to say that, but we could rely on it. Nowadays, even though you can do some rework, first pass yield is basically your final yield to some extent, especially when we talk about halogen free as well.
Okay, and those kind of challenges in terms of new technology, are they emerging from here in Asia, or are you seeing them first in North America or Europe, or does it feel now like it's just one big market and it's the same challenges everywhere?
To some extent, for us at Flextronics, I would say it's the same because our customers are in Europe or in Asia or in Americas. So we see the same challenges basically everywhere. Even though the scope of the challenge is different, because like in US and Europe, we basically do prototyping. So it's different, and here we're running 24/7.
Yeah.
So it's a different problem, but fundamentally, I mean, the challenges are still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're here in mainland China today. I know you're from Malaysia.
Yeah.
Flextronics have a footprint all over Asia. We hear quite a lot about wage inflation in Shanghai region, now in Shenzhen, people going out to Chengdu. How's that affecting the dynamics in Asia, and how's it affecting the rest of Asia? Is it giving the rest of Asia a greater opportunity?
For sure it's a challenge. And yes, I guess countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia can basically compete on with the same salaries today. But still, with our customers pushing down the pricing, and we as consumers, we don't want to pay that much for a TV or a phone anymore. So automation becomes one of the key things going forward, because the salaries are going up. I mean, in China it's like 20% on a yearly basis. So yeah, automation will have a bigger part of the pie, if I put it like that, going forward.
Okay, and in terms of the advantage that China still has, there's a lot of China still to be developed, but it has a really well-developed supply chain for you guys.
I think that's the key with China today is the supply chain. Because if you try and put production, let's say in India or Vietnam or Cambodia, even Malaysia where I live, you don't have the same supply chain. Because all the component suppliers are here, all the mechanicals, which is typically controlling who's getting the product, it's here in China.
Yeah.
So I think supply chain plays a huge impact at making China strong.
Yeah. And it's not just about components. You guys aren't just about PCBA anymore.
No, I mean,
you're about much more.
I mean, to me, even though I hate to say it, but being in the electronics part of it, but it's more the mechanicals. If you can't do the plastics and the metals, you won't get the product.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a chicken and egg situation on that.
Yeah, you have to build the whole product. You have to fulfill. You have to get involved in the whole life cycle nowadays. So, Jonas, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Excellent presentation this morning. It's clearly important for Flextronics to be thought leaders in these kind of events?
I mean, we're trying at least, and for sure when you give a presentation like this, our competitors are here, so it becomes a bit generic, at least in writing. No, but we try and spend time and support our suppliers on these kind of activities. And yeah, without any doubt, it makes Flextronics visible. So
and many of their customers are your customers.
Exactly.
So that's it. Jonas, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.